surprise. I'm early. No, it's not, Mad Yoko. What's going on? I try not to have people 2 times in a row unless they've got something really cool to show or to, offer, and I've got that's the cat, that wasn't me. That was the cat hitting the applause button. But no, what'd y'all think about Leon? He's always been very, very nice to me. I knew him long before I had a channel because I was a fan. I think I told you guys the other night. Did I just hear feedback? Y'all tell me if I'm too loud. But that is probably in my top 3, if not my number 1. This is the Liang Ma Field Duty EDC. And there's not a, very, very nice guy. But they're mixed opinions, right? Everybody's got different opinions. Ground Fog, what is up? Good to see you. Mediocre, thank you for your support, buddy. Thanks for being a channel member. Chris Juarez, what is going on, channel members? We got Space Ghost in here, early channel member. And like I said, we are early, guys, and this is Tuesday, which means this is just kind of a little extra hang. And no, we just got another buddy who's traveling this week who might pop in here when they get back. The Maroney, welcome, buddy, and channel member. Trying to think what I'm trying to wrangle in. I'm trying to get some stuff. I actually went on Amazon and picked this up the day before yesterday and got it yesterday. Do y'all know what this is? Does it look familiar? So this is that's the Jaeger right there. And this is, I want to say it's the EX1, which is very Jaeger-like, but it's a Brian Brown collaboration where they made, yeah, you're right, Mad Yoko. That's the Jaeger M. And this is the Civivi X1. It's like $53. I did the unboxing today. I have not done a full review on it, but I can tell you when I first got into the knife hobby for the first year, year and a half, I had a whole case of Civivis. I don't think I've ever had a bad Civivi. I had a couple of the Elisha, a couple like the Plethorus. There were a couple that were weird, but I've had very few that were not good knives. This is Nitro V. Mine's G10 because I picked it up at Amazon. They had micarta. I probably should have gotten micarta, but I've got so much micarta, and I wanted the black blade. But this is an absolutely delightful knife. It has got a deep, deep, deep hollow grind. Comes down to a very, I cut up some paper and I don't have my coupon book in reach. Y'all sit tight for 2 seconds and I will be like literally not 2 seconds. It'll be more like, we'll call it a quick 30 seconds. I'm stuck. Somehow I got myself tangled. No, what I wanted to show you guys, I ordered 2 reams of paper because I cut so much paper. So said Stevie, I started early, buddy. You got a linky, don't you? So this is the Civivi X01 factory edge, but look at this. Whoops. That was cutter error. Dude, if you like the Jaeger M, I've got a Jaeger M. I don't have the latest, greatest, but I've got the one I like, the frame lock. I picked this up. Hey, Kathleen, to have some content because I was running out of content. But one, I saw it at Blade Show 2022, but I was only there for one day. Here comes a special guest. I'm going to pop off my knives, remove those from stage, and I'm going to bring up Brother Said Stevie.
Yo, what's up?
What's happening, my man?
Oh, a little this, a little that. Can you guys hear me okay?
I hear you good, dude. Where are you traveling this week?
I am in Bozeman, Montana.
All right, that's my geography was the thing. The only thing worse than my United States geography about that part of the world is world geography. So that's to the east of you about 2 states and southeast.
Yeah.
Whole
So,
state.
so you got Washington, and then Idaho, and then Montana. Midway through
Beautiful.
Montana.
Beautiful. Have you
Oh,
seen
and I
any
have my
elk yet?
glasses on. Look weird. What's that?
Have you seen any elk yet?
No, but I will be driving out tomorrow to Ted Turner's Buffalo Ranch.
Ooh. Hey, did Ted Turner, is he still around? Hey, Maddie, I'm going to send you a link just in case you're bored. But is Ted Turner still alive? I met him once in Atlanta, and he was an interesting guy because I was a nobody. I was a college kid that just happened to be walking down the halls of the CNN building, and there he was. And
Oh, wow.
He was personable. I mean, and I was a nobody, dude. It didn't work there. I'd been drinking because we were heading through the CNN building to not the Dead shows. It was a different concert because I wasn't all tripping out. But let me.
He's got a bunch of like steakhouses around here, and then owns like a big ass buffalo farm.
Right, because he's gotten very sustainable with the buffalo, right? I mean, he does a lot with that. And one of my guilty pleasures that I've gotten away from, thank God, is are you familiar with an influencer? An influencer is the wrong name, but this guy's like a makeup mogul. I guess you'd call him he's not trans, but he just likes to wear makeup, right?
Is it Jeffrey?
Yes, Jeffrey in Wyoming. Do you know what he's got going on with the yaks?
I don't know a lot about him, but I have a lady that I went to high school with that lives in Portland that does like a lot of. She owns like some makeup company and does like a lot of collaborations with them.
Well, I mean, he's done something right, and I don't know if he's done it on the up and up, but what he started, he moved out of LA about 4 years ago to Wyoming, and he bought a big ranch, and he raises yaks, and he does makeup. Well, he opened the first store. They just opened their second 2 weeks ago, but they opened their first store when he moved to Wyoming. It's a pink store that sells makeup and yak meat.
Oh, wow.
So you go in there and you get your lipstick and you go get your ground yak because it's leaner. It's allegedly sustainable. He's a big believer in using it as and he's really kind to him, but he just says you can't get attached to him. I've watched some of his crazy stuff, but anyway, they just 2 weeks ago or last week opened one in LA. I wonder how long that'll stay open.
Huh, I don't know.
I mean, I can see the makeup, but the yak meat just seems like a stretch.
I actually live not too far from a yak farm, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm not a fan of it.
Educate me. Are they more of a buffalo looking animal?
Yeah.
With shaggier hair?
Shaggier hair. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was almost going to say I couldn't remember if they were like a emu type of animal. I always forget.
And I mean, I really don't even know what the big difference is, but it's the yak farm in my hometown.
Maddie,
Um,
I sent you a link, buddy. Hey, Dean Griffin, Paul Mills.
hey, I saw you talking about Civivi and cutting paper. So I didn't check a bag, but when I landed, I stopped by Walmart here.
Is that the mini or is that the full size?
It's the mini, and for $30 at Walmart, I picked this up just so I had something on me while
How is it merchandised at Walmart? Was it behind the little glass thing?
it was actually they had next to no knives at all.
They have none on display. That's part of their policy. Like they have a big area that they used to have knives, but they're empty.
Uh, they have like a couple of multi tools and like a SOG and I think like a buck fixed blade or something. And then they had the mini Praxis, I think this is. And then they had the brazen Tanto.
I had that knife. That was a good knife. That was a very good knife.
Yeah, I don't know what the steel is or anything on this. It's not even. Is it labeled?
I think the original practice was 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
D2, I think, is on that one. But that's a great find. You know, I was going through and because I go down there to get my dad his nutritional shakes because he only likes the Equate brand for some reason. He's a weirdo. But I was walking by and found that Swiss Tech little fixed blade. Have I shown you that?
Yeah, yeah.
$37 or $37.85. So after taxes, it was like right around 39.
I saw your video on it. It got like crazy views.
Insane views, dude. Yeah. The unboxing got insane views, and I've noticed that other people that are posting it, insane views. I mean, that's what people want, you know? And of course, all I could do was link it to the Swiss Tech site, which looks like a knife site. But when you look at it, see, my ex-wife was from Rogers, Arkansas, and her family, mom and dad, both worked for the Walmart corporation in the lower levels, lower ranks for years and years because they're in Bentonville, Arkansas. That's where it started. Well, when I started reading about Swiss Tech, they're in some little other place, Arkansas. So it's no question to me that Walmart they're not buying those knives. They might be importing them for sure. Well, they definitely are, but they're done so well, dude. I mean, it's a thin blade, a small knife, so it's much thinner than like even my S35V and Essie. I had somebody comment on one of my shorts where the trolls come out that it's a clear ripoff of an Essie, but I've looked at all my Essies, and to me, it's a unique looking fixed blade. I mean, they're all going to be similar.
Kathleen, no, this is a liner lock. It's I mean, I wouldn't. There's nothing wrong with this knife. I mean, it's, it's G10, it's D2.
And you said it was 28 or 32?
29.77.
Take yourself back 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was buying my Kershaw and the Gerber that I could have gotten for that same price.
Right.
You know, so I mean, granted, I hope Shane's in here, and I don't mean any disrespect because I love what Michael's done with the slip joint. I think that's an amazing bring to market. I love what people are doing, what Alex is doing with his shark. You know, I love to see people try harder, but at the same time, Gerber's just never really done it for me stylistically. And I know people swear by their multi-tools, but when you get to a point to where there's so many choices in the market that you don't have to make choices that you don't feel all together good with, that's kind of a good thing. But I am leaning towards, and I know that's kind of what you do, Stevie. You like to support the smaller batch makers. Yeah. And I'm leaning towards that. But right now, I'm at a place where I'm not doing anything. But that's what I was doing, and not smaller, but I guess you'd call them smaller than what I was buying. Have you ever seen one of these guys? This is not mine. I'll give you a history lesson.
Oh, that's a Spyderco. I'll never remember the name.
Volatin. And the guy that collaborated with them is this guy named Butch Volatin. Look how thick that liner lock is.
Yeah, that's pretty badass, actually.
Well, it really is, because what I didn't know, this is the only Spyderco ever made, this model, that has thumb studs and a spider hole.
Okay.
Because, can you see in that bolster? You can't because of my light. But the stop pins. This guy, Butch Vallotton, is the gentleman who was the first to use thumb studs as the stop pin.
Gotcha.
I kind of got a history lesson when I was kind of learning about this knife through Spyderco's website, but I don't think it's been around as a new knife in over 6 years. And this thing was $474 back then. It's made in Taichung. This guy was evidently very influenced by overbuilt Italian knives, whatever that was. I didn't even know that was a thing. But this blade, it's only S30V, but it's got a super deep hollow grind. And I don't know if you can see, it's got this really unique. Yeah, they call it a Tanto on Spyderco's site. I think it's a drop point, but it's got a very unique compound grind, a thick tip. But it's done well. I don't know what my buddy A to Z, who let me borrow it to review it, bought it for, because he got it at Blade Binge.
Seems cool.
It's very cool. It's one of those, and I know.
Does it have a lynch clip on it?
A what?
A lynch clip on it?
Of course, dude.
Nice.
A to Z, Jeff puts a lynch clip on everything, and it's got the 4-way carry. That's the only thing that's really Spyderco about it. Because what I can't figure out is what the pivot is. I can't tell if it's a T6. It's just that little screw in there and that little screw in there. Maybe it's a T8. But yeah, I meant to take it back to him today and didn't get a chance to get out. And I looked up and there it was. I was like, damn it. He's going to quit letting me borrow knives. Because he let me borrow one that I think goes live tomorrow. And it's a maker that I was never attracted to. Olamic Cutlery. Have you ever handled one of those?
Yes. I was with Nuz when Nuz went crazy at the Olamic booth at
2022.
Either 2023.
Okay. Because AZ bought his in 2022.
He picked up like 5 or 6 of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's got the whipper. He got a couple whippersnappers. Is the Wayfarer one?
Yep, the Wayfarer is a nice one.
And then but Nuz is a Olamic junkie. But yeah, they're very interesting.
This particular one that I got to review that my buddy Jeff picked up at Blade Show 2022, I was with them and I was surprised because it's such a small knife, but the ergonomics it's a sheep's foot Wayfarer with Damasteel, and it's got this handle that I thought at first was maybe acrylic, but it's called swirl carbon fiber. And I think what they do is they take fat carbon fiber and somehow, I don't know how they cut it, but they finish it smooth. Yeah, totally smooth. So it looks like paint. It looks like swirled paint. But that knife fit my hand better than anything. I mean, it was just such a comfortable little knife. And it's one I've looked past their pages. Is it Swiss Mountain or Smoky Mountain Knives that always has them in stock? They're always in stock, but it's just something that's really never attracted me. But that Wayfarer, now that I've handled it, carried it, cut with it, I find it super sexy. And I even said in the video, I'm the perfect example of why you should always keep an open mind, because there are things that I swore I would never have any desire to touch, fixed blade, slip joint, hinderer, you name it. A lot of the shit that I covet now more than anything, I never had any interest in.
Almost everything that I carry now, I would have never. The Spartan Harsey folder is one of my absolute favorite knives now. When Forrest Forrest picked one up at Blade Show 2022 when he handed it to me, I was like, this knife is stupid. I don't get it. This is expensive. It's
big, heavy slabs of titanium.
Yeah. And then I got one, and I'm like, this is the most, in my opinion, it's one of the best knives ever made.
Now, was that Sasquatch? Was that a custom that you got, or was that a little short run that they did? That was a short run that somebody did, right? It was
USA, that's a USA made blade exclusive. I just got it back from Satu, who did a hollow grind on it.
How do you like it?
It's great. It makes the blade a lot lighter, changes the feel of the knife. But now it's on its way to Tactical Terry to get some ano and some etching done on the blade and whatnot. So
I started out with the 3 1/4 because the SHF or the big one was always way too big for me, a 4-inch blade, but I carry this so much more. This knife just feels like a implement or a tool. Not
yeah,
that I ever need it, but I have used it to chop ivy with. My little one, my 3 1/4 is S45, and this one's Magna Cut. But at first, it was really stiff, kind of like my Strider. And now, I mean, the washers are just.
it takes a while for it to break in, and as is the blade stock. I mean, it'll do what it's meant to do, but it's a thick blade stock, and I just don't. I don't ever. I don't need it for hard use, so I wanted it to be a little bit more slicey. So that's why Dave did a hollow on it for me. So
I think it's the perfect knife to do a hollow on. I mean, if you're not a piercing guy, and you want to be slicey.
He didn't quite do a compound grind on it, but he didn't make the tip as the tip is really shallow on the hollow grind, so it's still got a really robust tip on it. But
he did such a great job on mine. I mean, the ones that I sent out to him and just blew me away. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't wait to see his first knife. I guarantee you he'll make one. Edgy.
What
What's
up?
frustrating, Kathleen? Hold on a second, guys. Talk to him, Stevie, while I go try to find my vape. I've misplaced it.
Right. Hey, Kathleen, what is? Let me see here. I forget that I can read the comments. I just can't highlight anything. Oh yeah, edgy American effed up my knife that I've been already waiting for like 3 freaking months on. And then Shane, that makes me remember I didn't. I forgot to order the burlap micarta.
Congratulations, Kathleen, on being a great grandmother. That is an awesome, awesome honor.
Heck yeah! That happened today, huh? That's awesome, Kathleen. Congratulations.
That is huge. I have a feeling, just because my daughter's been in 2 serious relationships and she just started dating this dude, and I've got this just sick feeling that I'm going to get you're going to be a granddad call for some reason, out of wedlock, but they'll be friends and whatever. I just think that's how they do it now.
I can't. I mean, I can wait, but I want to be a grandpa.
I think that's the best thing.
16, so I got some time, but as much as I love being a father, I love being an uncle. I want to be a grandpa one day.
I think grandpa is the best of everything because you can really think about the impression, both my grandpas, which were totally different. One of them I never met, but he had an influence on my life by learning about him through my aunts, my uncles, and my grandmother, who lived to be 93. But then my other one, the one that came over with Operation Paperclip, was just the kindest human being. I mean, it's just a trip to me how warm he was, but yet how, I mean, like you guys said, he had a huge scar on his face, just, a trip. The duality. And then I watched my dad do it with my daughter. I was like, who is this alien showing affection to this child? I've never seen this trait in you.
Yeah, I got plenty of time. Actually, my daughter, she's watching her friends get boyfriends and girlfriends, and she's like, I want nothing to do with dating.
And that's so good because it takes.
I'm totally fine with that.
It's kind of sad because after my divorce, I got into a relationship with a beautiful. These are all red flags. So you're going to say you're an idiot. Beautiful, identical twin who was 5 years younger than me, had never been married, and was a trust fund baby. So red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And there are reasons for that, right? Never had kids, never did anything like that. But I've gotten to the point now that my life is just kind of good. I could, if something, heaven forbid, she's in a box now, happens to Tippy, I can get another cat. As long as I don't get more than 3 cats, I don't have to worry about myself being just a weirdo, right? And as long as I keep some kind of parasocial relationships and go to Blade shows, I don't need all the drama. And dating, um, I saw 50 Cent on, it was just a clip from him being on Stephen Colbert's show. And Stephen Colbert was going over an Us Magazine article that claims 50 Cent celibate. And he is celibate now. He said it clouds your mind up. But he goes, "Is it true that you've never been married?" And 50 Cent goes, "No, I've never been a voluntary hostage."
Yeah.
He goes, "Now I've made mistakes. I've got little ones that I take care of, but I've never done that voluntary hostage thing."
Yeah, I'm not technically married myself, so yeah. Hey,
What's up, Donnie?
what's up,
Well,
Tommy?
technically married. That's a, and I know it makes a difference, but like in Alabama, it really doesn't. I don't think. I mean, you guys have been together for
I've been together with my old lady for 23 years, minus an 18-month sabbatical that we took about 8 years ago. But we're in the great state of Washington. There's no such thing as common law marriage or anything. So,
well, and the same thing is, you know what you're looking forward to, that eventual grandbaby. That, I mean, it's a good thing. You know, the trick, and I don't know the answer to it, but to me, you you meet somebody, you fall in love, whatever that is. And I think it is definite a strong emotion. It makes you do crazy shit. But then over time, you know, you or I would continue to grow, that person continues to grow, and you've got to be a master communicator, and you've also got to be willing to compromise both parties and learn to kind of know that you're going to change in what you like, but try to embrace each other for what they become, as long as they don't become something crazy, as I did.
well, look, not to air all my stuff out, but yeah, we're not unhappy by any means, but we're just kind of waiting until the kiddos graduated and out of the house on our own, and then
That's what my ex and I did.
we don't hate each other by any means. We're not, there's still some passion there, but we're sick of each other.
Well, it could be a sabbatical. You never know. And
Well, nah, I know this time.
well,
I'm
I
ready.
mean, I hate that, but at the same time, congratulations, because it'll open you up to whatever's next for you, right?
Uh,
Because I
Getting
think
three cats and moving to the woods.
there's a lot to be said for that.
I can't
Cats,
wait.
but I can remember us having the roommate talk, you know, and we weren't really. And Brittany, I would have probably rather waited because she was a junior in high school. And I just moved out, and I don't think we divorced for another year, but it was right around 20 years. And the good thing that came out of it is through counseling, I was convinced to go to AA. And that's when I got sober. And I realized, you know, at first I thought, well, if I get sober, all this will work out. But as I got sober, I realized, as my mind cleared up, that thank God, I guess the universe put me in a position to be a parent to my daughter who I love, and that was kind of the only way to get there. And I don't think I would have done it sober, because once I got sobered up, I was like, we have nothing in common. You know,
Yeah.
we really had nothing in common except we were both kind of codependent. Gnarly Charlie, what is up? Yes, single can be a superpower, and I think there's a lot to be said for strong relationships. I was watching Bluminati and Twisted Sis the other night on MPGs. I was just creeping in there, and you can tell, and they could say "fuck you" to each other tomorrow for all I know, but they just seemed like a happy couple, right? I mean, they exist, but for me, I've had long relationships, but they've always ended up, and I'm sure it's me. I'm sure it's a me problem. It's not that I stray or wander. It's just I think I'm hard to be around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am too.
Mere Salt, don't be standing next to any of your loved ones. Did y'all see that news blip today? And I shouldn't be throwing stuff out there because that's, I guess, political
No,
anymore.
I get more of my news from your sit and spins than the internet these days.
I've got these little bugs. I don't know what the fuck they are, but these evidently a bunch of, and I don't know why Hamas leaders use pagers, but a bunch of them blew up today, the pagers, and the people that the pagers were attached to. So how the fuck does I mean, that's high tech hacking wacky shit. I mean, how do you even get the charge into it?
I don't know.
More will come out. I mean, because it was just a little. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I don't watch college sports. And dating was a pain in the ass too. Those are three things my sponsor told me to kind of watch out for. But I do watch the blurbs, and I'll see, like, when I'm scrolling through YouTube, you'll go by that news section. I'll kind of see the headlines, right?
Yeah.
I rarely ever click into them, but you'll see a headline, which is just clickbait anyway. Only 8 died. But Demonoc, that was 8 different pagers that blew up, right? Isn't that the way it went? So, like, they picked out the 8 people that they wanted to blow up with pagers. Pretty.
We're talking like a 1990s
That's
fucking.
all it said was their pagers blew up. So what else is a pager? Unless they were walking around with a little page that was hack devices, you can override the cooling on the device, causing high gain. I can see how you could burn a hole in somebody's pocket. But yeah, that's wild. What's up, Kyle Coonley?
What up, Kyle? Kyle?
Hey, you did get the link, didn't you? In case you wanted to jump on, and you might be doing family stuff. Gnarly Charlie said 2,700 devices blew up.
Wow.
So it sounds like some kind of. I would be reaching out to AT&T and saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I think that they should get some compensation out of that.
But how do you get in a war zone 1,700 devices to your enemy that you can then blow up? To me, that seems like it would be almost impossible.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was the 1,000 that blew up. They went to them after the attack at the music festival. It was over 1,000 that blew up.
But this was not here. This was abroad somewhere.
This was in it's in the Middle East, and I don't know if it was in Lebanon. Because again, I didn't click on the story. Let me go to let me just see what it says on the headline. Because I think it was Lebanon, because that's how they're reaching out in Iran and places like that. They're doing it with all this crazy shit. And P. Diddy's gone down, guys. He didn't make bail. Did you see that news?
Oh, I did see something that said he finally got arrested.
And he was in court with his attorneys. He was putting willing to put 500 million up in bail. All of his passports, but they said people like him have multiple passports. His mom's house, all of his family, daughters and sons' passports, and he still didn't get bail. But they've got him, dude. They read the indictment, and it's just like horrible shit. And I didn't realize. I think one of y'all, somebody in live told me not too long ago, but his dad was a famous, notorious mobster, gangster.
You know, I still don't know the full details of that, but I do know that they're going to make an example out of him.
The other side of it is he also works allegedly as a huge narc for the feds and always has. So he's played both sides of it. I mean, he got a key to the city like 2 months ago in New York. It's crazy shit. I mean, but I'm glad to see he's not above the law, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But they busted him at a hotel in New York because he planned to turn himself in Tuesday. His lawyer had negotiated for him after the indictment came down to turn himself in Tuesday, which would have been today. And the Fed said, sure. Well, Homeland Security swooped in Sunday night to a hotel and grabbed him because I guess they thought he was planning on going somewhere. And they found a lot of that pink powder in his room. Have you heard the mystique of the pink cocaine that Miami would bring up to him?
Loosely, yeah.
It's basically cocaine and MDMA.
Yeah. You know, that seems like that would kind of be.
They also found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That was in the indictment. In the original raid, 1,000 bottles of Baby Oil. They were
That's a
part
lot
of the
of
freak out.
lubrication.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that went on those freakouts, and what he basically did is the main charge is racketeering, or one of the charges, and that's how he would get everybody. That's why Ashton Kutcher and all these other people in Hollywood are allegedly flipped out, is because everybody would get compromised to get in the gang or his group, right, of his entertainment elite. You'd have to go out and do larceny or something to where they'd have something to hold over you.
Yeah.
But what's weird about that Snow Trog is somebody like him could be so connected that he could be running his empire from prison. I mean, he could have full. I mean, I would think if you put a bullet or had a bullet put in Biggie and Tupac, that people are going to want to fuck you up. I would think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how that shakes out.
Yeah, you didn't see my sticker? It says "Free Brother Love."
Free Brother Love.
That was his latest name in what incarnation, like at the Grammys last year. He knew shit was coming down. Yeah, Baby Oil, 1,000 bottles. And the judge never used an ounce of it in the indictment. Crispy, what's going on, brother?
Speaking of baby lube, what up, Crispy? Yeah.
Gnarly. I think every one of his musical protege, so to speak, had probably horrible shit happen to him. I think Justin Bieber was a victim. I think that's part of what's got him so fucked up. I'm not giving him a pass because I think he gets fucked up anyway, but I think Usher and that whole thing's whacked out.
You know, I tuned out.
Broadcast Knives, what knives you want to talk about? I've got Tontos out because it's Tuesday, right?
I got the shipping notification for Cole's Dead Sober Design Gideon. I think it'll be here when I get back from Montana, and I don't know if you've seen that.
I've not. What's it called?
So I don't know if you realize or not, but Broadcast Knives, Cole is also Dead Sober Designs.
Is he on Insta?
Yep.
Dead
Sober Designs. And he just got his first design licensed. It's going to be through Tenable. Tenable, and it's the Gideon. And it's all the funkiness, and I love it. Cole's got a design style that I love.
I thought you were talking about the Tri-Stash. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
All right, there's Dead Sober Designs. Is it private? No, that's not it. No, I saw a Dead Sober Design, but it didn't have any knives on it. Let me share.
Here, I will.
Brooke has knives. What's it under on Insta? Oh, there it is. Bettina posted it. I got it right here. I just got to go here. Boom. I'm gonna share. Is it this knife right here?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep, that's the Gideon. I guess, is it Gideon or the Gideon? I think it's just Gideon. I think it's Dead Sober Design Gideon. But
that's an old traditional style handle. What would you call that? Is that Spanishy or?
You know, I don't know for certain.
It's a beautiful knife.
Yeah, and I'm just stoked to see him. This first one, he's gonna. This is just
like a slip joint that I've seen. I think it reminds me of a slip joint. I don't know which one though.
And he's got. I don't think he's gotten a license yet, but he's got a. Man, some of the designs that he's been working on, I'm fortunate enough to see some behind the scenes stuff. And
knives, I had no idea. I mean, that's awesome. Did I give you a follow?
Yeah, go.
That's just sick.
Yeah.
Go to what one, Stevie?
Scroll up a little bit. that multi-tool looking one there. That one I think is just interesting.
Slip joint, right?
Yeah, non-locking. Be a little bit of a thicker boy. But yeah, there's nothing else,
Maddie,
Look at Matt.
I like it very much.
Hello.
He's playing peekaboo behind Crispy's name.
I got to clear Crispy out. Let me stop sharing. Let me go back over here.
Javon asked me to come on 3 times, so I'm here.
Well, I just didn't want you to, when Stevie said he was traveling, I don't want, I know you'll go live tomorrow, but I didn't want, you're welcome anytime, dude. Anytime. Tuesday nights are just something that I added just for the shits and giggles. And I'm trying to come up with a way to do really small, maybe an hour and a half members get togethers, but I don't really know what we do because I never plan for a show per se, right?
I'll say it. I think that these the Tuesday night the sit and spins have turned into one of my favorite shows.
Well, they're low key. I think that's what I want them to be. It's just super low key,
all over the place. The chat is always taking care of itself and got its own life going on.
I've got to get another monitor. Do you guys use more than one monitor?
Yes. I mean, I kind of give everybody. Me and Maddie both kind of give everybody the ability to do it, but I mean,
it's not moderator. I mean, like a monitor. Like, do you have more than one monitor set up? Yes, monitor.
So when I set up in my office, yes. But I like doing my lives outside now on my back porch. And so I just have my one laptop. But
the only thing I hate, and I guess it's because the way my brain doesn't work, is anytime I go to share screen, the chat's nowhere. And if I don't see the chat, I don't know what's going on. And I tried to have my iPad up at the same time, just running the chat, but then I'm looking at it's like chasing squirrels.
Yeah, it can get.
Let's go to Kyle's.
Oh yeah,
Kyle, I still want you to come on and do some sharpening, buddy, if you ever want to.
He won't.
I want to see him sharpen some of Leon Ma's knives.
I just want to see him work a tip. I mean that in the kindest way.
I really want to see the Kling and Ma collaboration.
Doing that funny. I mean, all I was doing was thinking, hey, these guys might not know each other. I like Leon. I've never had a problem with him. He's always been kind to me.
So I've had my personal issues, like actual personal issues with Leon in the past, and I've had some questionable things to say about him. I thought he came off really well. If I'm just being honest, I thought he came off really well on your live.
Well, he reached out, and I've always kind of been, because he knows I love the Field Duty EDC is my favorite knife, one of my favorite knives. Kyle, these edges are sick, and I've got a Chickadee. Y'all can laugh at me now. There's a Jason Grant, J-Cal, but with one of Kyle's edges on it, and it's just amazing. And that's why I want to watch him.
Is the Chickadee the same size as like a J-Cal?
Now Jason makes bigger J-Cals because like he made Doom one that's a pretty much full size, but I've got some that are 5 inches. I've got one, dude. Check this one out.
This is the Kyle Edge.
You see that Shane?
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. I have a couple of Kyle's edges. I have my Grazioso and my.
I got to find this little guy, but if you can see the light shine off that Magna Cut, let me see if I can get it.
Oh yeah.
And that's a little bitty knife. Now you can take the scales off and get it in a sharpener, but what I want to learn, because I'm pretty good with my TS Prof, I've just got the Blitz, and I've learned to put no pressure, let the stones do it, work through them. But where I have trouble is making that turn around the tip. It's just where I feel like I I feel like I'm not doing it right. And I've watched all Jared's videos, but I can't watch anymore.
That guy don't know nothing about sharpening. Watch Kyle's videos. Oh wait.
Oh
He
wait.
doesn't have any.
Oh wait.
Oh, if only.
Oh yeah, check this out, Stevie. So I've got some 5-inchers, but this was a throwaway.
Oh.
Look at that J-Cal with Ultim in S35, and it's probably
I got J-Cal number 2.
it's 3.
He's come a long way since I got
He
J-Cal.
has, and that's something because I've talked to several people that weren't altogether happy with their J-Cals, and I think Jason is always willing, within reason, to do what it makes to make people happy, but he doesn't make a knife like Scott makes at Aries. He's more of a rustic artist type of knife maker guy, and I feel like that's kind of obvious when you see his stuff, but I guess not. So I kind of feel I love all my here's another little, I call this the because this is not a J-Cal, but I call this the carnivorous cricket. See how it's got 2 swells?
Oh yeah.
And it's just a deep hollow grind.
I've had 3 J-Cals. Yeah, I think 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm a fan of them. What's your going rate for appearance fee? You're going rate for appearance fee. I'll pay you $15.
You don't want no money.
$9.
Kyle wants his link posted as many times as possible.
That's how we can give back to Kyle. Is just put his link everywhere you can, whenever you can.
Everywhere. As much as
back
you
to
can.
his Instagram and let's see what we can do. He needs to come up with a little informational that he can post that we can all share. Like a little something. We need to think what the campaign, and when I say campaign, I'm saying that loosely. Like, what would we want? What would he want the community to see in like one Instagram post? And I would think it'd mainly be text with maybe an edge.
He would have a crudely written like a paint shop thing that says "I sharpen stuff"
with a paint shop
with a little dollar sign crudely drawn.
That's a DeVille, right?
No way. No way. Kyle is he's surprisingly professional.
Well, he can absolutely sharpen a knife. I got to, is that a regular ABW?
Could we get his link in the chat, please? I'm not seeing his link. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, can we just get it in the chat? Oh, that's not the that's something else. Can we get his link, please?
Spam it.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Palmer.
Yeah,
36 likes and Javon will give away his Arius.
Have y'all heard my latest soundbite that I had to record off my famous hate watching show? Listen to this.
But I want to.
I don't.
Make that cash so we can keep giving it to you, if you will. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Venmo.
This guy.
About let's do this thing.
What's up, Marcos?
He got a quad goal today, y'all. He started this morning, and I won't talk about it, but he was, because he didn't make the goal last night, and he was like cussing the audience today, saying he was going to get a job. They were going to not have their steel toe anymore, blah, blah, blah. And for some reason, these Minneapolis people gave him like $800.
Wow.
It's insane, dude.
That's Ed Harrison moves.
Yeah, I mean, and he was getting it in big chunks. So a lot of the things is they think he does fake donos. So when he gets himself beat down, because they'll come through like PayPal or Venmo where nobody can really see it, because he never shows the clip. He never shows like what they asked or what their super chat was, because he's made it now where if you send him something hateful, it's got to be at least $20 or he won't read it. But for $20, you can shit on him and he'll read it. He's such a cheese ball. What's up, Marco Scamma?
You guys can all crap on me and Stevie for free anytime.
No, they already do.
I know. Keep it on anytime.
I was going to say, man, if y'all want to start dropping some super chats and talk shit, I will take it all day.
I'll read them for free. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I actually start Fleshlight cleaning water. I love that. That's funny, Palmer.
Good
That's
one.
one of the fun things about doing, because I'll do like 7 to 9 shorts all at once in a day. So I wake up, because I stay up all night long because I'm not working a regular job. So I do all my work at night, my YouTube shit, which is very little because I don't edit. Who am I kidding? But when I get up and I finally get my head straight, i.e. my Adderall kicks in, I'll either go get 7 knives and unsheath them and sheath them 15 seconds, or go out on the front porch and flick 7 to 8 knives. And they'll get 1,000 views, but the comments that I get are fucking priceless. Because I used to do it when I would be walking down the hall at work. And I guess it comes from European countries or whatever. You know, you should be arrested. How can you have that knife at your office? You know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. The crazy comments always come from shorts.
Oh, yeah. Because you're reaching people that aren't knife people.
Yeah.
And I've noticed on Instagram, I have been running, because have y'all noticed how they put that insights thing on there now? Even though you're not don't have a professional account. So you've got insights, and I'm hitting 100%. I'm not getting anybody, and all my stuff is green. All my stuff says your account's not restricted in any way. And so now you've got this little thingamajig. Where's my insights? Is it only on mobile?
It is only on mobile.
But I'm reaching here. Go right here. View insights. Well, I got 11.9 followers, 11%. That's the first. That's the first time I've seen it since because it wasn't my knife. But everything else has been that's that Olamic I was talking about. Look at the swirl on that. That's carbon fiber, dude.
That's a nice swirl.
It feels so good. Floating back spacer, and then that choil. Because my buddy whose knife it is, Maddie's, you met Jeff at the first Blade Show, big old dude with a beard. Which that describes everybody there. But that's his knife. He bought it that year.
Can you zoom in on it real quick?
I don't know. Let me see.
No, that's nice, man.
Dude, it is sick. I might be able to zoom in on this one.
That looks super comfy in hand.
Oh, I mean, this is the sheath foot. They also make a different blade style that I don't like as much, but the grind is so wicked.
That grind is.
Maddie, I don't know how to zoom on it, brother.
That's okay. You tried.
Oh, I'm not even sharing it. Jesus Christ. That would help. Let's see. Can you see it better there?
I mean, we can see it now, yeah.
But not big. But yeah, that's a sick knife. And I don't know what the steel is. Damasteel, is that a crucible steel? Because I know it's made by somebody. It's not just a Damascus.
I don't know.
Damasteel is a very specific kind of steel.
Right.
But I don't remember what it is, though.
I would think.
I got to take a call from the kiddo real quick. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, buddy. So, Maddie, how's your week going, buddy?
Pretty good. I had really good news today, so it's been a good day.
Anything you can share, or is it something you want to keep under your skin, not to get it?
It's really good health news.
Good.
Not for me, but for my wife.
Even better. We always want better for our people.
Oh, heck yeah. So it's been a good day. But I didn't go to work, even though I'm wearing my work shirt. So
this is actually not Red Bull. I gave that up a long time ago. This is that Celsius sparkling water with a lot of caffeine, surprisingly. But
so one thing with caffeine and ADHD is it mellows most people out with ADHD. That's why I drink it.
I've got a little bit of narcolepsy too. Like I'll have these weird, not like when I'm driving or anything, but I'll be sitting on the couch and usually it's review videos or
Heck
live
yeah,
streams
Patina.
that will just absolutely drone me to sleep. And I'm listening to it and I'll fall asleep for like an hour on the couch, wake up, look at my watch, and I'll be like, God, I lost an hour, which is good because I got an hour of sleep. Damn it!
Patina,
Damn it! We got Brian in here with the facts. It's a fact, Jack.
That's what I'm saying. It's its own thing. Damn deal. But it's
Brian, I guess they're a smaller type of forge. Would you call them a forge? Somebody that does that?
Oh, sarcasm. You know, that trick helps people, you know.
I watched the same thing.
When I was drinking, because I love the green apple, but I was drinking 4 to 5 Red Bulls a day. B for Baron, been a member for 15 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Let me give you that. I always feel so bad doing those effects. I don't know why.
Don't feel bad. I do a goat on mine. I mean, and he farts on his.
How loud are they? Because I can turn them down. How loud's this?
They're usually pretty loud.
Okay, so if I go like this, hold on.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we'll keep it like that because I've got my favorite is not one I can really use.
But it's my Cole voice.
Perfect.
It's my Cole when Kara comes in the room.
Patina, I throw little tips like that for maybe new people who watch stuff. Because some people don't know the difference between a flat grind and a hollow grind or how to tell.
I use my calipers to try to tell, and some of them you really can't. I remember Lefty was trying to tell on that. What was it called? What's the ball-headed Jack Wolf called? The one that's $199.
The what? You don't need calipers. You need something flat and just put it up against the blade.
Right. But I'm talking about that's what I use is the flat part of the caliper. Because I'll just lay it against them. But some of them are a lot deeper than others. For example, this one, Maddie, I don't know if you were here when I showed my buddy Jeff's knife. Check this out.
I did. I was watching.
That thing's deep, cool, man. Look at this. And it's thick too. So it's not like a.
There's some damage steel. This is my Oreo scraper.
Ooh, did you see a fixed blades came in today or yesterday?
The Necronaut fixed blades.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those, yeah, I'm an Arcane design fan, and that just didn't do it for me.
I'll show you the one I really like, and they might not be in stock anymore. Let's see. Uh-oh. It'd be nice if I could spell. And I got to remember to share.
Show us your belly and I'll tell you.
Show us
have y'all seen the Berg blades?
You know, I haven't, but it seems like everybody's talking about it.
Marcos.
I really wish I could get with River's Edge Cutlery because they're the worst offenders. I have signed up for their newsletter like 3 years ago. And every time I go to their site, that pop-up comes up, and all they've got to do is fix that. All they got to do is tie it. So it is, I think I want to say it's 8.25. Okay, it's bigger than I really like. But I think it looks good.
Grizzle
Austin's really big on it. He likes it.
I tried White Mountain Knives sent me one. I sent it back, and I reached out to him about buying it. It's called the Viper Handy.
And got my attention.
It is
get me a handy.
That knife, and they make it in all different handles. I had a black blade green handle, and it's a Magna Cut, and it's really small. Hold on. Not really small, but it's small. So this is the one that I got to try out. Well, not
Let's be Javon hand size then.
It is 7 inches overall length.
Those ain't told me shit about it.
I did see fried chicken. I really did. I really did.
I've got my my go-to here. Here's my other icon. Did y'all see what happened to my cats up here? You
10
can't
or
really
so.
see them on that logo, but the one cat stabbed the other cat in the eye with his knife because they both got swords.
Oh, huh.
And he's bleeding out. So if that gets too graphic, we can always throw the Mexican pizza up there.
Gotta have the Mexican pizza.
I haven't had one in several weeks, and I haven't been craving one.
You're not jonesing for a Mexican pizza?
I've still got this aching suspicion that it might have led to my sickness last time. I think they might have given me something that was a little funky that didn't agree with me.
Oh,
Grizzly Bear.
So why do you like their Mexican pizza? I mean, that's like their worst item.
Do you think, dude? I love it because the way I get it is the two. What do you call those shells?
Tostada?
Yeah, the little crunchy shell. And then I don't get any beans. I get meat, no beans. I love the way that it's topped. I love to just drench it with mild sauce and that new green sauce, and I can eat like 3 of those some bitches.
Well, I think the problem for me is they're just kind of hard to eat. But everything I like, they get rid of, like the grilled stuffed burrito.
Dude, they give you a spork.
The cholito. I'm gonna eat a tostada with a spork. I'm just gonna eat a taco.
Well, no, that thing comes in a little pop-up, like saucer. So you just take your spork and you just go to town. Sharif.
You said the spork is the ultimate eating tool. So
it is. But would you eat it with nachos?
No, you wouldn't have to with nachos necessarily.
That's what you would be doing, right? You crunch the shell with a spork.
No, well, I'll just crunch off pieces because you can't, even though it's cut like a pizza, it's too gooey to pick up. It's definitely too gooey to pick up.
See, this thing is just way too complicated. I just want food in here immediately. I got no time to waste with that. Just right here.
That?
Just spoon the food into the skillet.
DoorDash, dude.
Fuel.
I'd seen somebody, I think it's River's Edge Cutlery, has a camp kit that has a titanium sport. So it's evidently a proven design, or a design that they liked enough to make it in titanium. Speaking of titanium,
I have a titanium spork and it's anode, and I use it all the time.
There's a very good chance I'll catch myself on fire. But have you ever seen Match Vault?
Oh yeah,
Flame Vault. I'd never messed with one before, and I think I overfilled it. So I might have to stop, drop, and roll if I fall off camera.
Your kerosene.
No.
Well, you just use lighter fluid, right? I just use regular lighter fluid, like for my Zippo.
Kyle, that sounds good. I would eat that smoothie.
But they also have these in Ultimate County Com. I buy the weirdest shit from County Com. That's where I got my little sapphire magnifying glass that I can roast ants with, or I can read blade steels with my old eyes.
Hey, Maddie, did you see that Kickstarter measuring thing that I sent last night?
Yeah.
I'm really contemplating getting one of those. I don't know where. I'd have to go.
Who I thought needed one is Joe.
Of course. Let me see if I can. I'll have to scroll here.
I didn't know. Like I wasn't understanding how you would use it. It's like it would just measure an inch. I don't know. It's confusing.
Let me see if I can find it here.
The measurements that confuse me are the ones between, like if we're saying an inch, between 3/4 and an inch, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So if I split the difference between 3/4 of an inch and an inch, is that 5/8? Because you can also have a line between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch.
This is why I get yelled at by Joe all the time when he needs me to measure something.
I used to work construction for my uncle, and I worked on the saw table where I was just the guy that they chuck the lumber to, and I could not read a tape. So I can read a 1/2 inch, 3/4, but there's a measurement between 3/4 and an inch, and there's a measurement between a 1/2 and 3/4, and there's a measurement between 1/4 and a 1/2. There's actually 2 measurements, but I don't care about the 16ths. I think it's in 16ths.
You just said a lot of numbers, and I'm just here drinking a Monster.
Celsius, 1, 2.
Celsius? What are we talking about now?
That's what I'm drinking.
Seltzer?
No, this is I just discovered these. These are kind of sparkling water energy drink. They've got 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot. And they've got, the riboflavin, the B12, but instead of it being like real sweet, it kind of tastes like those flavored seltzer waters.
Caffeinated static.
So yeah, there's 16 little lines between 0 and an inch. So
that would be 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah, so 5/8, if I divide it, that would be 10/16 would be 5/8, right? See, I was horrible at math. But in that you get the common denominator. So if you've got 10/16,
I think because 5 is the integer that you.
Well, 10 is. If you start out at 10/16.
Oh yeah.
You divide by 2 and you'd have 5/8.
That checks out.
And the other thing, and I won't go there because this gives me a headache. Every time somebody reads thousandths, it's this many thousandths behind the edge.
Don't even get me started on thousands.
I'm 0.037.
10 thou.
When they say an edge is 14 thousandths behind the edge, does that mean there's actually 14,000 edges between the 2 edges?
Oh, come on, man. Now you're just getting silly.
Are you supposed to measure that dimension at the top of the grind, of the top of the final grind, or are you measuring it as low as you can get to where it'll grab it?
Is low.
Okay.
You got to get low and grab it. That's how you get your thousandths.
And then what's the BTU? I noticed that. I know Brian's
That's British thermal units.
That's a British thermal unit.
I think they're talking, maybe I'm saying it wrong, the wrong acronym. I think they're talking about the grit.
1 pound of water, 1 degree.
That's way over my head. But when Brian quotes a knife or puts it on Instagram, it has the thickness behind the edge, and then it's got another measurement that I assumed was the final grit that it was sanded to or sharpened to. I could be wrong.
He sharpens it to 1800 BTUs to 16,000 BTEs at 3/4 inch of 7/8/16 of a third.
I'm going to his Instagram. Y'all can give me a headache. Let's do this.
That sounds like you made that up.
You did.
That's too complicated for me to make up.
But this is stuff I want to learn. I almost bought, but it was $41. For a while, it was $36. And all of a sudden, when I went to buy it, knife steel nerds.
Unit with an E.
So HRC and BT behind the edge. That's the 2 dimensions that I was talking about.
This Brian, he doesn't even know what kind of cereal he likes.
Yeah, that guy's a dork.
God, his edges look good though, don't they?
I guess for a guy who eats, I don't know. He's probably still here. Hey, Brian.
He's also a pretty good rapper.
No, God, no, he's not.
I got to encourage.
Yeah, he is. Hey, when it's directed towards the Stein.
Just because he does it does not mean he's good at it.
But he rhymes good. His delivery could use a little work, but I think he gets the right vibes going.
He needs about 16,000 worth of work.
Shaved down to 1,100 BTU.
He's got the balls to do it. I'll give him that. But let's not encourage that behavior.
How do y'all have nice channels? We're learning, Edgy. Like I say, I learn in every live stream, usually that I've offended someone, but I also learn good knife stuff too.
I have a channel that features knives sometimes.
I think Rochambeau hit it perfectly. I was in one of his lives, and he said there are a lot of channels that do show and tells, and my hand just went up because I don't do. And I always say, if you want to see cut tests, there's Stasa. There are other people that do that. I don't.
See, this is the same guy right here. I touched 1900-degree foil envelope with my fingies.
It burned them.
That's funny.
Reached into his air fryer.
My Captain Crunch was getting too hot. Real quick though,
Knives, Mark.
Since he's here,
I'll be honest with you. When I used to have a knife buying addiction, which I still have, but I'm just kind of white knuckling it. So I always had stuff coming in. So for the first hour, it would just be going through shit that I got, right? So it was kind of just info dumping. So now I've tried to just go to a don't really give a fuck, let it roll. And
your feel.
Where's that knife?
I burned my thingy. Can I get an M&M McFurry?
I lost it. I lost my. No, here it is. That's a great $53 knife.
The ouchie button.
It might be a little small for you guys.
The boo-boo button. That's what he's got.
But this is the Brian Brown. I think it's called the X1, EX1. I'm not sure.
Oh, is that his Civivi?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the Civivi. So it's the same length. The handle's a little thinner, but the blade, dude, that's a deep hollow grind.
How can you tell it's a hollow grind?
Because you can feel it for one. But if I held my little thing up there,
yeah,
you'll be able to see the light. I'm gonna show you the light, brother.
Real quick, since he's here, everyone shout out to Terry because this knife is amazing. Proud of you, Terry. So proud of you, Terry. You did it.
That's not showing you anything.
If it's for sale at Blade Show West, I will be getting one with Sharif's money.
But this is the only black blade one I think they had because the micarta looked better to me. And I'll be honest with you, I got it at Amazon. It was cheaper.
I'm not a fan of G10.
I've never been a fan of Civivi's micarta.
Me neither, but G10, you know, when I first, everything was G10 that I got. Everything. X1. So I've kind of, even though Civivi's micarta is probably amongst the worst, this is 56. Let's share it. Let's share that.
Is your wife okay?
What happened?
His wife hit a deer on the way home from work.
Damn.
So,
like, did she punch it, or did she hit it with her automobile?
Civivi's got a bunch of like deals of like togetherness deals or whatever you want to call it, where they're doing 2 knives for one. Bundles.
Oh,
that's the word I was looking for. Bundle. I was trying to find the other finishes.
Nighty night, Tommy.
Night, buddy.
Help with gadgets.
Good night, help with gadgets.
Let's go, Civivi.
After this, can you show Stevie's little ring thingy?
Absolutely.
Everyone should see it. It's kind of interesting.
Is it on the grams?
Here, I'll post it in the...
See, there's the micarta, and I think that looks better than the G10.
It does. $60? That ain't bad.
No, dude, it's not for VG10, and you know, for a Jaeger, it's 7.12.
I like the looks of it.
Yeah, it was one that I was interested in, and for some reason at Blade Show, I think because it was one day that I was there, but I couldn't get anybody at Civivi to talk to me. They were so busy. Is that the ring on the Kickstarter? Yo. Okay, let me go to my regular chat that I can click on.
It's some sort of a measuring device.
All right.
And I think they're only like $53,
Mark.
and they're shipping soon. So
why is it not letting me scroll on my regular text? All right, this is ridiculous. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let me go to my channel.
Brian, you're a smart guy. What's this? Check out that Kickstarter link that I posted.
I'm going to share it here in just 2 secs. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Where?
Properly cooked venison.
All right.
I think I put it up there.
Present.
Grizzle bear, is that something that you would ever use?
So you roll it, right?
Yeah.
See, I see problems with that on knives. How would you?
Yeah, but not for.
For
Not for
the invention of electronic computers, designers and scientists use an ingenious device called the
I think I put them up there, Mark.
own calculations.
All right, I'm getting Illuminati vibes.
Don't you worry, I'll find them.
This device can handle multiplication, division, and more.
It would be great
using
for
only its
blueprint,
physical
Stevie,
structure.
for taking.
I just think it's. I don't know.
Ingenious looking. So that's 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches. And then
But how do you keep track of how much you measured already?
that's what I think that center slide rule is. I think he sets it. Align inner circle and outer circle. How much is it?
$219,000. Dang, that's an expensive
No,
ring.
It's literally like $40.
That's Stevie money, not Maddie money.
I want to see. All right.
2 + 4 = 6. I knew that.
So you can do multiplication with it too?
Hell yeah.
And you can measure curves? Where's my music? Why is it so loud? Oh, it's a long video.
Yeah, I didn't watch nearly this much.
I like the look of it. I mean, to me, like it says, fidget toy looks very fidgety. Infinite loop. What's an infinite loop?
You can just measure and measure and measure and measure.
So slide rule. It does multiple things though. I wonder if it gives you all bad answers. Look at that guy. He's just measuring his house. I have a feeling he's going to cost himself some square footage. He's making a $20,000 mistake.
Good night, Donnie.
Take care, Brother Bliss.
Nighty night, naughty.
Tempering
That's
is
really cool. Have you gotten in on it, Stevie?
No, but I think I'm going to. I don't know what I would ever use this thing for.
But that's the fun of. I mean, it could be your fidget, dude. Like I'm saying. I mean, I've got, and I know a lot of people don't like loud fidgets, but like this little Tesla. This little thing's super quiet, but it slides up and then it locks, and the bottom slides up. It's very quiet, but it's just kind of warm and fuzzy. And then I've got this one, my little roller, which is what that would be like.
You guys all know I own the best fidget. The hot
Oh,
dog.
you got the hot dog.
The best fidget. Listen to that. Oh, yeah.
That is the Night Stalker combat grade. Whoever wanted to see a TCal, that's the one I've got out here. I've got my Piranha too.
Oh, it's a TCal?
I love these knives.
How's it compare to the chickadee?
This is much more of a chomper, but I carry the chicken because I am a bitch and I love a little bitch knife. And this one's perfect. This is the one that Honey Bear sold me. It's a flat grind. They don't even make those anymore in S90V. But it's a handy little knife. I mean, think about it, guys. I'm not cutting through. I'm not cutting through brush. I'm cutting through an Amazon box or food.
I love a good small 2.5, 3 finger fixed blade. That's what I use more than my Keith the Knife Freak.
Good night, Kathleen. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, Kathleen.
Very much, Kathleen. Congratulations. Little boy or little girl? Or do we know? And I just didn't know. And it's not my business. So just say night, idiot.
Night, idiot.
Night, idiot.
I got a quick side story. Speaking of no, it's none of my business. I go to pick up my rental car at the airport, and the lady starts like, "What hotel are you staying at? What are you going to be doing with the car? Are you going to Yellowstone? are you going to be visiting job sites? And I'm like, I rent cars all the time. I'm like, why do you need to know all this stuff?
You've never asked me this before.
And she was like, I'm just trying to find out some information. I said, I was like, it's kind of invasive. I don't like sharing that stuff, yet here I am sharing it on the internet. And I wasn't being rude about it by any means. And she goes, all right, fine. Well, you're getting a Camry.
Oh,
She downgraded you?
I was like, whoa, hold on. I was like, are you being vindictive because I didn't answer your questions? She's like, nope, you signed up for Camry. That's what you get. And like instantly her
demeanor just changed.
And I was like, she's like, I was going to give you one of the Forerunners, but you signed up for a Camry. You get a Camry.
And I imagine you're like me, where you rent cars all the time, and you've got so many free days that they know you when you come down there.
Yeah. I was like, now you're just being vindictive. I was like, you guys have never asked me these questions before, and I just don't think it's,
pertinent.
Something I need to answer. She's like, it'll be in row H. You can return. And I was,
she just shuts you down, dude, like an open face sandwich. She's like, I'm done with this.
So I just thought it was funny that she was like, "Oh, you get a Camry."
Nothing wrong with the Camry.
This thing is so low to the ground.
Yeah, Forerunners are so much. That's what you drive anyway. Well, you drive a pickup truck, right? I don't know if it's a Forerunner.
All right, I'm gonna go refill my soda pop.
Sody up, buddy. So, Maddie, you working all week?
Me? Yeah. I love my job, so I actually look forward to going.
I was fine with mine. I was starting to get burned out on the traveling, but it was just one of those things that they vaporized, man. There were like 138 layoffs all at once.
Dang.
And what's funny is if you look at their stock now, I think I signed something that I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's go CHTR. It's up. And it's up because, well, no, it's not either. Not right now. It was. It's way down now. I guess everything's kind of down. But I've learned I can't show animal clips on my live streams if I don't want to go back and clip them out, especially if it's an ABC clip, because I got a copyright violation for that Kyle, a Cougar Kyle from Blade HQ. And I know it wasn't him that did it, but it was the ABC footage that I shared during the live stream.
Mark, of course I do. It says staff, see? That means employed.
I need to just get back, because I'm technically employed with an agency, but I'm not doing anything with it. I'm spending more time just trying to find my next move.
I think I want to stay where I'm at forever.
And I think once you get settled in, for me, it would have been the best. I was in a situation where the senior digital manager, because I'd had like 4 in the 8 years or 10 years I was there, but this guy and I didn't really jive. So he reminded me, he looked just like Bearded Gear. And I love Bearded Gear. I have no problem with Jake. But Matt and I both came up. He was in Chattanooga when I was in Alabama, but he was a digital planner when I was a digital planner. And the only reason he got the senior management job is he was willing to relocate to Florida when we merged with Bright House and what was the other one? Time Warner. So he moved and he got that position. And he and I just did not gel.
My boss is really cool, and my boss's boss is really cool. So like today I took an unexpected day off. They're like, yeah, family first. And I get raises every year. They take care of us therapists pretty good.
That's good, dude. And as long as you love it, that's the most important thing. Or
I get a ton of paid vacation, except summer. Summer's the only part I don't like. Those 8 weeks.
You want me to send you a link, dude? I'd love to see. Did you make a good gash? Here, let me send you a link.
Oh,
it's
starting to heal, but he's like It looks like he's gotten like gangrene.
What? Let me see.
Black.
Send it to me.
He's not Edgy American. He's Edgy American Blades.
Oh, you guys are getting nasty pictures. I get nothing. Thanks, Shane.
Let's go invite.
I
Copy.
finally found Gary. I finally grossed Gary out today.
What? The foot? You grossed out the foot?
I grossed. Yeah, I sent him a picture of an old woman eating a sandwich.
You did.
Shane, I sent it to you, buddy.
It was pretty gross, but Gary was.
And H2O. I was cracking up watching that.
I was cracking up at the thought of you just sitting there like, oh, old lady eating in hand.
She was right next to me too.
You just pointed your phone at her and zoomed in on her face as she took that nasty tomato bite.
You think Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg's watching? Look at what's at the top of my feed.
Good night, Chris.
Can you say retarded much?
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's hilarious. As soon as 5 minutes
Yes,
later.
it's called retargeting. So anytime you go to a site, or that's a great knife right there for $249. I really like it. But anytime you go to a website, and they're not supposed to do it now, but they do it anyway, you leave a little cookie, and they're able to then determine that you've been there before. And that's what I want to talk to River's Edge Cutlery about. You can do it once they've signed up. Don't serve them the ad again. There's no need. They're signed up for your newsletter. So you don't have to greet them every time with this bullshit. Let's do it. Let's do it for fun.
Oh, yeah, Shane.
So if I go share screen
I expected grosser.
and I go www.rivers.
Don't forget that HTTPS:// in front of that.
What the fuck? Where's my River's Edge Cutlery? Go right here. And watch what it's going to do. I'll go down here and do.
Those mother effers.
That's what you call they're not the only offender. It's a bad user experience, though, because I've got to close that out. And on a mobile, it's a big pain in the ass. And I go there probably 8 times a day just because I'm addicted to looking at shit. But
White Mountain Knives does it too.
all of them do. And once you put your email in, there's an easy way to set your site to not display that to people who've already signed up. Plus, it cleans up your site speed. So if we go to DLT Trading, they do it. I know Traditional Pocket Knives is bad about it. So what's everybody looking at for their next? What's going on, Chef Rocky?
Yo, Rocky.
2 weeks healed. All right, let me look. I go to my messages.
Shane, you need to send these pictures when it happens too.
Why?
I like seeing
No thanks.
Sharif. Adblock and Adblock Plus are what I usually use, but
Oh my God, Shane, what did you hit?
they
What-
slow down YouTube now.
Was that just your grinding wheel or something that just laid your finger open? What was that? That's horrible.
That was from Cindy at the candy store that he visits.
Looks like you could plant a beanstalk in there.
I think he was trying to slow down his grinder.
I remember Jason shared a video on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Instagram, where he was grinding a small J cow and it just got sucked out of the grinder and went flying, and luckily went. But just God, man, you think about stuff like that. I've even gotten to where, because I've got that big stump I've been telling y'all outside that I hack on with my bigger knives, and I've started wearing sunglasses when I do it. Not these sunglasses, but my other ones, because I don't want to splinter my eye.
Doing good, Chef. Doing good.
Also, Terry, have you read the comments?
Did you grab it, or did it hit you? Did it come out and hit you?
Terry, read the comments on my video. They're all good. It'll make you feel good.
Terry, some guy commented on my video and said that he won one. And I said, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yep." Got a chance to like give away a prototype or something?
One of what?
So Terry's got his Orlock prototype still around out there. And some guy commented that he won one. I said, "Are you sure it's an Orlock?" And he said, "Yep." Hey, what's up, Pitt?
That sucks. That does suck. Concept gave away the third one.
Oh, okay.
I tried doing the thumbnail game like you do, Javon, to try to get more views on it. And it sort of worked for me, but it worked for Stevie like crazy.
Did you do the test?
No, we did like words and stuff on the thumbnail because I want more eyes on Terry's knife. But Stevie's got 2.2 thousand views.
That's huge, dude. I still have no idea the methodology of thumbnails. What I do know, and to me it's surprising, is my fixed blade videos get 10 times the views.
Yes, it's an Orlock, you douche. You just signed up for a Camry.
And I have to spin to fill 8 minutes with a fixed blade usually.
Yeah.
But now YouTube's got a feature where you can put in, I've only done it twice, and if you put similar thumbnails in, it's no bueno. But if you do 2 totally different thumbnails, let me show you. It'll run them simultaneously, and you can check back, and it'll show you. Like I had one that I was getting 60% clicks on one, 40% on the other, so I ended the test and only ran the one that was getting 60. I may have ended it too early, but it's pretty cool if you use your desktop. And now I have to use my desktop because my phone, for some freaking reason, does not want to open. And guys, I get the worst views of anybody. I mean, if you look at my percentage of views, I'll get all short form content. But if I go to this one right here, all right, this one, the test is still running. So
one of the things I've noticed is a lot of people, like everyone in the chat, are usually just watching lives now, and not a lot of people are watching videos now because there's so many lives. There's not enough time to watch videos anymore. And we're going to show this stuff in a live anyway. So
I'll watch some videos, but I've got to be really interested in the knife or be tricked. Where's my test? Because it shows, I don't know if y'all can see, it shows the test. And this is the one that I ended because it was so off. See how it shows that blue thumbnail test completed? I don't know how to get to that. Let's see.
Transparent Knives, do you know Semperfi EDC guy? You guys seem like you would get along.
Simplify?
Yeah, just a goofy dude.
I think Vince knows him.
Thumbnail with big figures, red text. I basically went to G-Ball's page and saw what G-Ball is doing for all his thumbnails and just tried to copy that.
Dude, he's getting mega views.
Dude, that guy's he's a hustler, man. And the one time I did it, it worked. So I don't know if it's the thumbnail. I don't know if it's my awesome video. The fact that everybody thinks I'm on meth in it.
He knows Vince.
And I can't figure the rhyme or reason. And what's weird is that's my profession. I mean, that's the reason I started a channel, was to learn the analytics. And I can tell the analytics, but I don't know. And I'll watch those videos, and everybody's got a different perspective on how to, minimalistic, less than 5 words. I always feel like that's misleading. Because I see a lot, and I'll click on them too. I guess there's nothing wrong with it.
Red text. I used green on mine.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm gonna switch. I don't want to completely copy Stevie, but now I'm gonna.
Let's go to G-Ball. Let's look at his.
Yeah, see, even Paul said he watches more lives. I'm the same way. I watch way more lives than videos now.
Well, for me, that's the whole thing. Is I'm more about the community, and I'll creep now, where I'll sit there and I'll just kind of. So his all look the same, and I noticed Cole does all his the same. Like
because
in
consistency
context,
plays a role.
yeah, but because he's never telling you what the knife is, right?
Nope.
So that's part of it.
But I refuse to click on those links.
Me neither. See, because I don't think that's a good customer experience.
That type of stuff doesn't work. I make the kind of thumbnails that would make me click on a video, and I realize I am I'm in the minority of what guys like me would like, I guess. It didn't make any sense.
Dude, mine are the worst. I mean, mine are all different colors. They're all over the board.
But I'm always like, yeah, dude, this is going to be a dope one. People are going to watch this just because of my thumbnail. And then 72 views. And I'm like, oh, man.
And I think Tri-State's done all his the same now, where they're all that kind of gray background, which makes it easier.
Tri-State. Never heard of her. She sounds hideous.
But the thumbnails look good. I'm not a fan. But the thumbnails look good. And then you've got, let's look at Melissa Backwoods, because I bet hers aren't all that.
I'm not even subscribed to her, and they push her content on me.
Well, I heard Mel Complex is all about her and says that she's the first knife YouTuber to have crossed 1 million.
Yeah.
1.5 million. And see, all of hers are kind of different.
Sharif, you heard us doing measurements, right? Come on. Everything is complicated.
I mean, she's a star and she's an attractive blonde. So, I mean, yeah, her thumbnails are kind of. But she also, on her Instagram, she doesn't do regular reviews. So for business, she does paid sponsored reviews.
Yeah, don't you got to give her like $3,000?
Yeah.
Good for her, man.
No doubt. I mean, she's parlayed it. And she's actually, she's legit, because I say legit. She was on Naked and Afraid, and she seems to know how to handle a knife.
Exactly, it's not right.
Yeah, my views are just terrible.
Super jelly.
My boobs don't get views.
It's not right. Super jelly.
And we never will. We never will. Not for that. Now, we could adopt PCs. I tried it once, and I felt like such a tool that I didn't do it anymore. Put my face on there. Have y'all heard them talking about that?
Yeah, Casey's doing that right now.
I do that by rambling from the woods only.
It looks GHEY.
I saw a thumbnail in that group. Someone posted of Casey doing like a flashlight video. And I was like, he's too delicate of a man for me to comment on this. So I'm just going to leave it alone.
Thing is, when you put your face in videos, you have to make like a weird face. They all do. Like you smelled something bad.
And Jared's doing, I mean, they're all doing it. And I did.
They're playing the game.
This one right here, and it got 82 views. It's my least viewed video. So I'm not saying it's a win.
I used to do it just because I only used to do front-facing videos. I used to just talk into my webcam. That's how I would do all my videos. And I just click a video of me. And then I got tired of looking at myself on my thumbnails.
Yeah, I get a weird feeling about that. And then you've got this thumbnail right here, which is as boring as any. And that's my most viewed video.
Yeah.
And there's no thumbnail magic there. I think there are two ways to look at it. So the thumbnail clicks are going to get you the people that are just seeing it in the feed. The real money is to have it set up for SEO where Google will pull people in. Because I've noticed I get very few. I get a small amount of traffic from Google, but not a lot. And I tag my videos.
I don't do any of that.
Well, I just did it where I copied it on my notepad, so I just recycled the same tags. Casey ruined Blue Knives.
Red Knives is where it's at anyway. Well, Javon, one day you'll have to show me some of your tricks, because now that I'm focusing on getting knives that are designed or made by friends, I want to get the most views on those. I could care less about the other stuff. But like Terry's knife, I wanted. Stevie did though. 2.2K. That's awesome.
True. Again, for me, I try to go through it and I try to look at the differences in the videos, the titles, and what gets views. And I think it's what people are looking for. Because another knife that someone donated to the channel, a $45 cold steel, I don't know where it is, but it got over 1,000 views. And it was just a picture of a knife, the name of the knife. And then some just don't do shit. But again, fixed blades are where it's at. For me. I mean,
I'll never do clickbait. But you know, I can't be mad at like Neves for doing it, because from the beginning, that's what he said he wanted to do. He's always been transparent since the beginning.
Yeah, and to me, Neves never bothered me. I mean, I because he's always been from the start, and he's what he is. He's always been open about his past. You know, there's a lot to like there, and there's some things that we're all kind of fucked up individuals, right?
I like when Stevie prank calls him too. Bang.
Edge, yeah, I agree.
Also, to me, the redeeming thing about Jared is in person, he's a pretty cool dude.
He's a very cool dude. I mean, and a lot of people complain that he moves so much, but he's just on the move. He's happy to spend time with you if you move with him.
He's got ADHD. He has to move.
When we all stayed together for Blade Show, him and Kara were kind of recluse and didn't like associate a lot with us. I think that they were just a little uncomfortable staying in a big house with everybody. But that dude's been, you know, it's not like we're best friends or anything, but I give that guy a ton of shit, and he takes it he takes it, he flips it back. Then every time I've seen him, the 3 or 4 times I've seen him in person, he's always been cool as hell to me.
Absolutely, he is, and he's got. I always liked Jared. I mean, I've always been.
Before I even started my channel, Jared sent me this microphone. He's literally the one that encouraged me the most to start my channel. Before I had one, I was on with, I was on one of Kevin's lives, and he had Jared on. And I was like, dude, I don't even have a microphone or anything. He's like, I'll send you a microphone. I was like, dude, I don't know what knives. He's like, I'll send you some knives too.
And he was willing to help because he spent a lot of time learning the algorithm, because he had that one video go super viral.
But that's also Jared of 3 years ago too. You know,
right. He's a lot more busy now.
Because
he's got a knife store too, right? I haven't been to that. I always forget about that.
In all honesty, I have no clue what's going on with that guy. I don't watch anything that he does. But yeah, I got no problem with him. I got no problem with anybody really. Well, that's not true.
No, there's some odd ones out there. There's some I've got problems with, but I won't bring them to the public, right?
Ooh, let's ditch. I need names. Let's go. Come on.
Here's Jared's site. So he's got a little knife store with sharpening supplies and stuff.
There's one guy out there that I can't stand, and he's never even done anything to me. I just, I'll just say it, that JD for EDC. If you see this dude, sorry.
You have not liked him. He just said hello.
I don't know what it is. I just don't fucking like that guy, man. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Sometimes you just got to, and we're not all meant.
He is a nice guy too.
Like together. Yeah, I think he's always been nice to me. I'll tell you what he did with me is I had the blue Lush, and I was kind of anti-blue, but they were sold out of this one. And I was in a live, and I said, yeah, I got the Lush, but I got the blue. I'd wanted the 80s carbon fiber, and he DM'd me and he said, hey man, I got the 80s carbon fiber, and I'll be happy to swap with you.
So someone asked me one time, I'm like, I don't even know, man. Like, I have no clue.
But your gut feeling's stronger than anything that you can sit there and go, that's why. If something on your inner compass is telling you something's not jiving with you, that's usually pretty accurate.
But I mean, look, there's quite a few people that don't like me. So yeah, you're not going to win everybody over.
I'm not a fan of Elmer either. And he's live all the fucking time. And he's doing
Maddie showed me. He showed whose life was that in that he showed up in, and everybody just ignored him.
Oh, Scabs.
He's a nice guy. I met him at Blade Show 2 years ago. Him and that guy who was also surprisingly, I didn't have a good feeling for Scabs' buddy until I met him in person, and he was really kind of a warm, fuzzy dude. He kind of had that vibe of kindness, which he doesn't come across online. What's his name? The sword guy. Katana guy?
Joe?
Joe.
Yeah. I want to meet those two. Scabs, I love Scabs. He helped me a lot.
Dude, he's a great guy. I mean, from what I know, I don't know him except I've met him a couple of times. And he just seemed, you just get, and I judge people wrong all the time because I put too much into how their rhythm is, right? Things that don't really matter.
Scab destroyed my Phoenix, like on purpose, and Kyle fixed it right up.
He destroyed your penis?
Yeah. He put it through tires. He cut sandblasting hose with it. He destroyed this thing. And it held up, but Kyle fixed it right up.
I would love to see Kyle work that tip. That's the kind I'd like to see him just kind of go around.
Love him to work the tip.
Yeah, Mersalt, the nipples were a little off-putting at first, but see, I knew him. I knew Shane before them. Shane and I met in Grateful Panic's live streams, and then we had lunch up here in Huntsville when we realized we were close.
Transparent Knives, you seemed like you were the guy to actually hate for a while. I was always like, I don't even know what that guy did.
Nope, never happened.
Brian
Shane sealed the deal for me when he killed a man for me. Ever since that moment, we were brothers.
I've always liked Brian because he's opinionated. His opinions are, from what I know, and I don't know anything about the stuff that you guys know about, but it always made sense. But that's where Stevie and I were different because I always thought that Super Steel Steve, I liked his take on stuff, even though his delivery was so off.
He's a dick.
He is, but dude, that's another guy, and I'll get shit for saying it, man.
Well, and he called it too. Meet me in person. I'll have you drinking beers with me. And that's shown up.
I won't go that far.
He's
but
such a little guy. When you see him, you expect him to be bigger because he's kind of like a leprechaun.
He's got Napoleon energy.
And he's very, very helpful with knives. I mean, that's one thing, because I remember we had dinner that first knife, and Jeff had bought a couple from Leon, one of his White Mountain sets, and asked Super Steel Steve his opinion, and Super Steel Steve held it up and said, well, this one's got a little bow. I'd take it back to him tomorrow and swap it out. Ron Dobbins, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Let me give you a little applaud here. Let me find it. That was
$2 hands for the half.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, I should have shown you guys. If y'all get a chance, because it's cringe TV to the greatest, but you need to check out Steel Toe Morning Show because he's only going to be on the air for a couple more weeks. If you call it on the air, on the internet.
The begging guy?
Huh?
That's the begging guy?
The begging guy, dude, but he went on over the weekend. He's also an amateur boxer, and he's like 0-2. He's the shittiest boxer ever. Because there's video of him that he shows where he's just getting pummeled and he goes into the fetal position in the corner. But anyway, this guy, who's another one of these weird shows, invited him on Saturday, and he's got 2 orders of protection against him from his 2 ex-wives, so he can't say shit online about them. So these 2 guys invited him on to talk boxing, and Aaron actually thought that these people want me on to talk boxing. So they talked boxing for like 20 minutes and then started asking him questions about him, and he went nuts. It's just funny because to watch somebody's life, I mean, you couldn't make that shit up. Dude, I mean, joined a polycule with his wife and then lost her to the polycule where they're like now 2 wives and a husband. They kicked him out.
What if Matty begged for rocks?
Bring him back to rope-a-dope.
Some cool rocks, yeah.
Dude,
I mean, look, everybody can complain about that guy, but if it works for him,
Dang, Pitt.
dude, he, and again, he has kind of a sociopathic mentality because it does work for him. He doesn't feel the shame that I think anybody would feel. Because today, I mean, he literally went off because last night they didn't make the goal, and he's like threatening to fire the guy sitting next to him. And it worked. He got 4 days worth of goals. He comes from, you think about it, he was a local St. Paul, Minneapolis radio guy who lost his job because he attacked or verbally abused this other radio disc jockey lady. So they fired him. So he started on the internet, and I think he's very racist. He's racist, he's misogynistic, and the people's screen names, like one of them's Sniggerly Niggardly or something. I mean, all these screen names, all these people are just scumbags, but they fund him. And it's the same 80 people paying him every day. And his goal is like $380 a day. And the guys that always show it total it up because that's stuff you can find on the internet. He's making like $132,000 a year from begging on the internet.
I'm going to start begging then because that's some good money right there.
No, you won't.
you're going to start baking.
You won't beg.
I never beg.
It
Send me all the money.
Figured something here. I'll let him say it. I'm not going to say it, but he says it all the time because the guy's always donating to him.
We don't need to hear that word.
No, because it's not even really that word. Let's do this.
You were just pretending.
No, it's the way he pronounced it. I pronounced it more.
He just made up a word to kind of say it. And he was like, it wasn't even that.
What's the day?
What do we get ourselves into?
I know. I might have to.
Yeah, that was pretty. But they're all. I mean, every name, and they had this Steel Toe 10th anniversary show, and he got a chant started. I mean, the dude is pathetic, and he does it because he thinks he's a shock jock. He thinks it's funny. He also hates cats and pit bulls. The dude is literally clinically insane, without a doubt.
I literally don't know what we're even talking about. Steel toe.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the lore is there. That I don't know.
Steel toe. What? And bacon?
We were talking about boxing and steel toes and.
Do y'all know what the term locale?
Locale
means? Yes, a locale. That's somebody that's like the bottom of the bottom, the worst.
These hamburger buns are locale. They're also keto.
You just got hamburger buns just chilling right there?
Hey, you got to have buns.
What do they say in the Boy Scouts? Always be prepared.
You never know when you're going to need a low-cal bun.
Oh, no, I'm about to die. I need a snack. Boom. Peanut butter.
Burger to the burger to the bun.
See, I never liked peanut butter without jelly.
The peach to the plum.
Exactly. Desk mustard. Although my mustard got moved because I made some pork chop sandwiches for dinner.
In a pan, or did you do them in the oven?
I did them in the oven.
Nice.
My pan was dirty and I hadn't done dishes yet. I'll be honest.
You don't peg me as a good cook.
Me?
Yeah.
I actually am.
Are you?
I am.
You're gonna have an opportunity. You got to cook us something at the house.
I will. I'll make you the finest bowl of Fruity Pebbles you've ever seen.
I'm a cereal freak. I love me some shredded mini wheats.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise. What?
Stop.
That
Who
was-
said that?
That's
That was
what
Demonoc. I expected Neil to spout that out.
Demonoc. Come on, bro. We are all right. Demonoc.
Mayonnaise and
Nice try. Nice try. One, it's freaking mayonnaise. But two, good try, dude. We're not falling for that.
peanut butter and mayonnaise. No, I've heard of peanut butter and Fluffernutter.
Keep giving it to you. If you will. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Venmo.
What?
Help out. Let's do this thing.
That's,
You know-
I did a little sound clip, dude, and I'm not gonna put y'all through more than 2 minutes. But so today he's coming apart. So this is a guy doing a walk thing, so it's not the whole show. But watch how pissed off he is.
Even Neil said no, and he makes
This team
boiled
just win
egg
on Sunday. This
sandwiches.
is yesterday PM.
That's a commentator guy.
Why is he mad? I thought he lived for the Vikes.
Wait, so which guy do we hate right here?
Yeah, I like how these
This guy
people
right
set
here.
themselves up
Yeah, okay.
literally for failure, and then they're like,
That guy's another.
Johnny Cripples, come to my fucking losers.
Hold on, let's get back to him.
Man begging.
Oh, let's get us back in the black these days. What do you say? Anybody?
Nobody.
Minute and a half left to go. Fuck, this is embarrassing. Oh, these hurt. These always hurt because I just know there's people who are like, "You fucking failure, piece of shit." And you're like, "Yeah, get in close."
No, nobody would dare do that.
Yeah, that's wild stuff, dude.
Dude, he's psychotic, and he's
Yeah.
got 2 orders of protection against his 2 ex-wives, where no one in this chat can mention them. No one can. He can't mention them. He's violated it once, and then he just got charged last week with revenge porn because he sent revenge porn on a live stream
Hold on.
of
Hold
the
on.
couple. Yeah.
What is revenge porn?
Well, he was in a polycule. He was in a polycule, right? So he was living. They were swinging, and so when they kicked him out of the polycule, he was talking about he was in love with the chick that was his swinging partner, right? So he was in love with her. But
Okay.
then he was showing his friend Gino. Here it is right here. Let's see if they show it. Hold on, that's not it. Damn it. Steel toe.
As the
single.
sands fall, so do the days of our lives.
So he said he gets on his phone right there on the live stream, and he says, "Hey Gino, check your text." And this is on a live stream. And Gino goes, "Oh, I kind of do like tattoos." And then Aaron goes, "Your boy didn't do too bad, did he?"
What?
Dude, it's so high school. It's so I mean, you can't once you watch this guy, and I won't watch his show, but I'll watch the people talk about it. Check this shit out. Hold on.
The people that make reaction videos to him?
Yeah, they just
Instead of
they
setting up
make
a
a living
green
off
screen,
of him.
you can just click a button into script and get this.
2,000 views. To
A local podcaster is now facing charges for something he allegedly did while live streaming his show. Aaron Imholt is the host of the.
Year-old Aaron Imholt made his first court appearance.
Let me go to where he actually does it online. Here you go.
It's me.
It's 37-year-old Aaron Imholt, the host of the Steel Toe Morning Show, a YouTube
I
podcast.
carried this today.
He was reported for sending a photo of a naked
Let's go
woman
walk you
that
through
he
it right
knows
now.
to a person joining him on the podcast. That woman reported the situation to police, and now Imholt faces criminal charges.
Felony.
I don't understand what's revenge porn?
In Minnesota, transmitting an image of someone that's identifiable without their permission is revenge porn. You don't have to put it online. So just sending it to that one person, because what happened is that guy and his wife talked to the chick that left Aaron, his most recent ex-wife, and found out that Aaron was abusive. So they broke away from Aaron. And then the St. Paul police called him and said, "Did you get a text from Aaron Imholt on this date?" Because it had been reported. And they were like, "Yes." And worse than that, they were driving in the car together, and the wife saw the picture too. So the husband showed it to the wife, which makes it definitely revenge porn.
Wow. I learn something new every day, folks.
Yeah, yeah, Broadcast Knives. I got off the makeup gossip. Todd, the more people I'm banned from his channel. I can't even comment anymore. Because I would sit in there and I would just spar on him. And he acts like he doesn't read the YouTube chat. He reads the YouTube chat. Yeah,
Shane, is that who I think you're thinking of? Because that's no. Kyle had the appropriate response.
So, Maddie, internet be acting up. That's usually what I tell people when I'm trying to get off a live stream and I don't want them to know.
Yeah,
you didn't see me. You didn't see me freezing just now.
No, that's usually one of my excuses when I'm trying to get off a live stream.
I usually just shut that bitch down.
Earlier tonight, I was going to do that if things didn't go well. Now you're doing it. That's funny.
Tell them, people. Tell them. I was freezing. I was. Somebody asked to see knives. I was trying to show some.
Is that a boat right?
No, I always forget who made this one. It starts with a B.
Ethan gave you that one, right?
Yeah, he did. Ethan did. But I think it's Boros blades.
Boros blades.
USA made. This thing's awesome.
Yeah, I like that size. What is it, about 8 inches?
I wish I had that little ring thing to measure it.
See, I don't see how that would work on knives.
7 inches.
7. Nice. That's my size. Hey, for any of you that are interested, this Big Idea Design Company, the Lookout, which this one's made by Best Tech, they're doing reservations right now on the 245 that are going to be made in Magnacut in Chattanooga.
Down in Tennessee, right?
Yep. They're about 45 miles north of me. And this is a small little knife. So if you look at it,
that's a titanium scale one, huh?
Yeah, the ones that are USA made are micarta and Magnacut.
I don't like.
I mean, I say only they're expensive, but they're $300, which to me, I don't know.
For that, when you can get an edgy American blade for cheaper,
and Edgy's going to be raising his prices too.
Not for long, man. Not for long.
I mean, these things are. Like I've told Edgy, you've got to factor in that you're going to have issues where you have a knife that goes bad. You've got to do it twice, right? You've got to plan for that. I mean, you don't want to have it happen on every one, but here are the American ones. Right here. So you can get black G10, $250. So they've knocked $50 off of it.
I like the looks of that.
Tigerwood.
It's too expensive for a tiny fixed blade.
Well, it's I want to say it's 7 inches.
Is it though?
Let me see. Yeah, it's very small. Let me measure it.
Like, how big is it compared to like a chickadee?
About 2 inches bigger. Let me show you.
Yeah, show us.
But the handle. The handle's much longer.
Oh, okay.
So that's 5. So I'm saying it's 7 inches. But if you look at it next to the Alpine by Axial Gear, which is Magnacut in US, that's $269, and they make that in 3 blade shapes, in the Warncliffe, Tanto, and a drop point. It really reminds me of my Boker AK1. I'm not saying it's a copy. I'm just saying it reminds me of it. But great knives.
Yeah, no, I think they look good.
So, Stevie, where are you traveling to tomorrow? Are you going to be working where you're staying tonight?
Bozeman. Yep.
He
Yep.
goes
I'm here.
wherever that Camry will take him.
I'm here till Thursday morning. Leaving early Thursday morning.
So you don't have to move hotels every day. That's a good thing.
No. I'm above that.
Dude, I would take off on a Tuesday. I'd go to Birmingham, stay in Birmingham. Then I'd go to Tuscaloosa, stay in Tuscaloosa, and then go to Montgomery. I'd stay in 3 hotels, 3 nights. It sucked.
Yeah, I've had to do that before. That can suck.
It was like I had 38 kids that would call me constantly. It seemed like.
Boys.
What's that?
I'm going to be back down in Montgomery here before the end of the year.
Tell me when you're down. I'm only 3 hours from Montgomery, dude. I'll come meet you.
Heck yeah.
I wish I could tell you that there's cool stuff to do down there, but it's close to Auburn. It's about 45 miles from where I went to school.
I did see the Hank Williams Sr. monument.
Where is it? It's in what state is it in?
It's in downtown Montgomery.
Montgomery, that's right. That's right.
He will be there, Sharif. I'm gonna bring this then.
Rex will be there.
Is that a handmade one, Maddie?
It is. This was gifted to me.
Yeah, Grizzly Bear's over close to Auburn, where I went to school. He's over there where Jim Miller is.
This has 3 sharpened edges.
The
I
top,
really like.
I'll tell you, the T-Kill I want is and they're hard to get, but this is a wicked, like it's only good for piercing shit. Let me show it to you. It looks like a Warncliffe, but it's got a sharpened top too. Let me find it. And then we'll let me go to Taco Bell because I think I'm ready for it again.
I went to the Buc-ee's in Auburn.
It's the Night Guard. Let's find it. All right. So that one I don't think is the right one, but it looks exactly like this one, except it's sharpened on the top too.
8 miles. Holy crap. Do you guys hang out all the time?
See that?
Yeah.
It's sharpened here and here. That one, let me find the one that's actually sharpened that way. And I used to not be a ring knife guy because I thought it would get in the way, but his rings are so thin that they're actually not that bad. I would prefer to not have the ring.
I don't know. I prefer me a Serrano.
This is
what do you guys think about all these knives starting to look like Cheetos knife all of a sudden? What's up with that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're stealing his design.
That's
and
it.
I
Right?
would not put up with it.
It's the Guardian. Let me scroll down to it.
I stand with Cheeto. Exactly.
So that's got 3 sharpened edges too.
Yeah, so Cheeto Bandito designed the Serrano before that guy came out with that knife. And that's his design. Cheeto's that he had Luke do the CAD for, and Les Knives made it. And yeah, it's basically the same knife that Cheeto made. And then there's another guy right now that is making another knife that's very similar to what Cheeto came out with.
That sucks.
Yep.
Are people seeing it, or people just coming up with similar stuff?
They're like identical. So
transparent knives. It's called the Serrano. Go to. I don't want to plug my own video.
No, if you got a video on it,
shoot away, Stevie.
I'll go do it. I'll go do a video.
Cheeto. Here, hold on. He's the one that designed it. Let's go. Let's give Cheeto some love here.
All right.
Let me find it here.
Cheeto Bandito? That's not him. That's only 12. No, that's some video gamer.
Oh, when you type in Serrano fixed by it on the video that comes up though.
How are you spelling Serrano?
Like the pepper?
I can't even begin to sound out.
ERRA.
Serrano pepper.
Ah, here it is. Here it is.
Can you share it? Just share it. Show it. Or you can share it in the chat if it's easier.
How do
Or
I? Here we go.
You just present it, and I'll just okay it when it comes up. Boom.
Is it ready?
Yep.
Well,
let me kill the music.
I did yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to record anything last night, so I'm doing it right now, a little bit before I start my shift at work. You guys can tell it's the Donnie Bliss custom proto.
Just fast forward to like the open box part.
You guys, I already opened it up. I looked at it. I couldn't fucking wait anymore. I was trying to wait.
Here it goes.
There's some.
God, get to
That's
it.
one you got in your hand.
A bit of, like,
Yeah, there's the Serrano.
Ooh.
I was already like looking
Exactly.
over. It's got a little bit.
Yeah, that's a lot more aggressive. Now, whose looks like that?
I'll clean it up.
That looks very unique.
Just looking at it.
My first impressions, I'm pretty happy
Oh,
with
that
it.
decal? I don't think they look alike at all.
Donnie
'cause
killed it.
I think that thumb
Finishes
area looks.
like originally. I think I was gonna just go like bead blast all the way, but we were talking about it.
Cheeto did amazing.
He suggested,
Johnny
like,
did
some-
amazing. Luke did amazing.
Look at that plunge, that upper and that lower plunge.
Yeah,
The purple
Donnie
is parallel.
all by hand. But there is another guy. I've already forgotten who it was. That's come out with something very, very, very similar. So
It was in
Well,
our
I
chat.
know Kim and Suzanne, he's been making that one, but it doesn't look like it to me. I didn't think. I just thought it had the basic shape, but that one looks a lot more.
I might not have had that thumb ramp like that, but
I don't know who the other would be.
he's gonna be at Blade Show. I forget what his name is already.
Did you see the guy who started the knife company where he's bought the Civivis and he's selling them, like the Praxises and stuff like that?
Cool.
Yeah, what's the story with that dude? Because isn't he still kind of saying that those are his designs?
Read broke ass knives comment right there.
Oops, I'm not in chat. See, I'm over here on turning off the music.
Yeah.
Who's the same? The Volanter? The Voglanter?
So yeah.
Because I mean, I know TKL's had that knife for 10 years, I think. That one doesn't look to me like it.
Well, they passed on. They didn't have that design, and then they passed on Cheeto,
TKL?
and then they came out with it.
When? Because I saw that knife 3 years ago.
That same Warncliffe.
Yeah, with the double edge, that exact same Warncliffe. They've had it. Let me show you. Let me go back to Google. Let me go to Google Rollback. Because that's one of the first ones when I met them that I thought was, but I didn't know. I mean, I always thought they were totally straight up good people. But to see, he's got a lot of different weird Warncliffe double edged. Maybe I was. Let's go right here. Let's share. So that one, that's a reverse type weird thing. This one right here, the Guardian.
Yeah.
See, I don't think, and then he's also got the Night Guard that's got the clip. Yeah, that's just got the little.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a lot older, but maybe not. Again, I do not know. But I can ask Tim what the fuck he's doing.
704 Tactical. I don't know what that dude's doing. He's someone that I've been following for probably 6 or 7 years. He does a lot of good budget-friendly, like real, like good testing on all sorts of pistol sights and rifle sights and torture tests things. And but then he's like, hey, I'm coming out, I designed this knife, and they're my knives, and they're clearly, like practices.
Joseph, I'm not disputing it, but I do think they've had that knife, and I'll go find out, like through some of my. I'll go to his Instagram. Hold on, let's look at dates, because that could be. Let's go, because I can't remember shit right at all. So let's just look at how far back where he announced that is a.
All I know is they get in crop dusted it.
So here's one from.
They will smell the wrath.
That one's from 14 weeks ago, so that might have been two. Let's go further back.
Go in the Wayback Machine.
Well, I'm just scrolling down Instagram trying to find that design way back here, because he is kind of an operator dude. That's he makes pokey stabby shit. Like here's one. Let's see. That's a short from why doesn't this have the date on it? Let me show you this. This is way down his page, but we'll find one around it. But if you look here, he's got a bunch of different blades. There it was right there. Did you see it? Just roll by. It'll roll by again here in just a second. But that doesn't have a date. Right?
It says March 26th. I'm assuming this year, since it didn't have a year.
Let's see. There's Melissa.
Settle down, Shane.
Melissa Backwoods. And see, this is like a down one.
I think one Friday, I'm just going to do like a bunch of Neil's recipes.
What kind of recipes?
Neil's.
Oh, Neil's. I thought you said Neil's.
You could call it Neil's Meals.
Neil's Meals, yes. Okay, that's going to happen. We could start it at Blade Show, Stevie.
Oh, I can't wait.
There's a double-edged Tanto.
First you boil the water. Then you add the eggs.
There's one from 60 weeks ago, but that one's got the ring. How many weeks is 60? 52's a year?
60's just over 59 weeks.
So that's 61 weeks. Let's see if I can find one without the ring. Tippy, what's up? What's up?
Neil's Meals on Wheels.
What? God, was it? Oh, I hit the button.
About his emotions.
You know what? I am going to do that. One of these Fridays when I'm having like a cheat weekend, I'm going to do Neil's Meals.
That's 72 weeks.
Let's do one where we talk about his feelings. Call it Neil's Feels.
Neil's Feels. I feel sad when I eat this sandwich.
We all need more feels. I wish he still had this little knife.
Maddie, that checks out. I'm actually excited about that said faction because me and Stevie will be together. Our first one.
Yeah.
Like in person together?
In person, yeah. At Blade Show West. Demonoc will be there.
That's 98 weeks ago.
Sharif will be there. Maybe we'll get Steve Clare to show up on camera.
Yeah, right.
I wish I could go out there. I just think it'd be a whole different group of people I'd get to meet.
It's lower key and
Tippy. Damn it. Tippy just knocked my iPad off. She doesn't love me. Cats could care less. Well, kids, it is 12:30 here. I know you guys are getting tired.
There's Neil's hopping on right there. Ham steak, lightly browned in olive oil and garlic.
I'm glad you guys came and hang out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dude, anytime. You're welcome. Any Friday, any Tuesday. And y'all got anything parting words before I shut off and head to Taco Bell before they've closed? No,
You better hurry, dude. Just end it. Deuces, y'all.
dudes, love each and every one of you. Till we meet again. Peace. Later, guys.